So my daughter, I didn't even realize she was on the phone with her boyfriend. And I'm knocking on her door. And I'm like, guess who's back? Back again. Mom is back. Tell your friends. Welcome to Welcome to Caffeinate and Advocate, the show where we typically sip coffee and talk all things mental health, but I kind of got lazy and didn't walk to the coffee shop to get us coffee. So we're just talking mental health, and we'll caffeinate off camera because I will go to the coffee shop. So I'm your host, Jess, and I am joined here today by Nikki. And Nikki and I are in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. And Nikki, you are a mental health advocate.
Yes.
You are a lead supervisor here at Peerstar. And when I asked what you like to advocate about, you said just kind of general or mental health in general. So what does that mean, advocating for mental health in general?
That there's different parts of mental health, that everybody's unique and different, and we all have different wants and needs, and that not one package fits. And
thank goodness.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
We need that uniqueness. But what works for this person might not work for this person, and these services are needed for this person, that person. But don't give up looking for what it is that you need, and reach out to people to help you to find whatever it is, therapy-wise or medication-wise, whatever it is that you're looking for.
Yeah, I think that's so important to point out that we all have unique needs,
Yeah.
because one person may need therapy from a therapist. One person may need peer support from a peer. One person may need a group support format from other people who've gone through something similar.
And that's what works for them.
Yeah. So do you have any examples of maybe some of the kind of unique things that maybe not everyone realizes can be helpful?
So I know some people, they don't like to go to therapy, and like you said, they like the support groups, they go there. Other things is certain therapies that your insurance will take care of, and you have to call them to find what that is, because they're different therapies that aren't as general.
Yeah.
And you have to look and dig for it.
And find someone who provides it.
Yes.
That can be a barrier too.
That's a
Is
big
there
barrier.
someone in your area that provides that specialized therapy?
Right, exactly. Other people, it's individualized. They like self-help books, things like that. And there's just help out there for every single person. And if there's not, then to advocate for that need, and where can we find it?
Yeah. One of the things that you shared before too is that I think many of us have had the experience of either ourselves or loving someone, supporting someone who we feel have fallen through the cracks per se. That was a term that we used. And I know I've had that experience of someone who was in great need of mental health support, and even was seeking mental health support, but just kept falling through the cracks. I don't know if you have any suggestions or examples of maybe how to help people who have had that situation, or advocating for the people who feel like maybe they've been falling through the cracks.
Just not to give up, that there's people out there, and if you keep asking, somebody will know something, and you can lead down that line. One person leads you to the next, and that's how it worked for me when I was looking for services, and for somebody else when I was looking for them before I even started in this field at all. I just kept making the phone calls and wouldn't give up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know people may find this hard to believe, but I actually don't like to speak up when it's for myself.
Yes.
So I have been in a situation with medical providers where I feel like, man, I went for help and I'm leaving here empty-handed, or I'm leaving here feeling like I wasn't heard. And I just am like, okay. But if it was my friend, if it was someone I was supporting, if it was a family member, I would be like, okay, we're going back to that doctor and we're going to have a list, and I'm going to be such a good advocate for them that I feel like my tip for people is don't hesitate to find your own advocate. If you know that it's not your skill set to go and stand up, maybe you've practiced advocating and it's just not you.
Right.
Find the person who will with you, the person who will keep calling, because you're kind of like, I'm done, I tried.
Right.
And that could be peer support, that could be a friend, it could be a family member.
Right. And if you don't have a friend or family member, there's a community agency, a church somewhere that you can go, that somebody would help and support.
That is such a good point, especially with like your faith services, your spiritual services. Sometimes it is a formal provider of services, but often it's someone who you just talk to who says, I've got your back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody needs
someone to have their back.
Absolutely.
Right. Well, I didn't tell Nikki this, and this is kind of a habit of mine right now. But I have a thing called coffee can questions, and these are, see how excited you are? Thank you, because I just threw this on you. So these are my coffee can questions, and they are a kind of random selection of some mental health recovery questions. Others are just random kind of icebreakers.
Okay.
So if you want to pick one out and read it, you and I will both answer it. Unless it was one we just did, then I'll make you put it back.
What has recovery taught you about yourself?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Oh my.
What has recovery taught you about yourself?
So many things. That I don't like to look inside, and I usually am focused on other people, and that I need to do self-care and take that look inside and take care of me, or I can't take care of others.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I will tell you, the recovery and wellness have taught me that I needed to find recovery and wellness. So I didn't realize that I had my own struggles until I started helping. I mean, it's not that I didn't realize it, but until I started really trying to teach and mentor and help other people in wellness, did I actually start to pay attention to my own and pay attention to the fact that when I practice these things, it is so much better, that maybe I was having more barriers and hurdles than I ever realized. So it's kind of been a little more retroactive for me, that it's like, oh look, these are things, if you would have implemented this years ago, maybe you would have felt so much better.
Yeah. And that's it. I don't want to be a hypocrite when I'm out there. So if I see something or something comes up, I feel like it's unraveling the onion. Each time it's another layer that's coming off. Like I get deeper and deeper and see different things I didn't see before as I'm working out the other stuff. So I get here and then I'm like, oh, there's something else here. And then, so peeling the onion.
Ogres are also like onions. They have layers, if you've watched Shrek. So even though my kids are older, Shrek still is watched every time it comes on TV.
Nice.
So Nikki, if you were to, for someone who maybe is watching, who is, maybe just starting to recognize that they've had some mental health struggles, or just struggles in general, it doesn't always have to be mental health struggle, or someone who's supporting, individuals, do you have any kind of last words of hope that you would like to offer them?
Yeah, that we do recover, we can get better. There is lots of people out there that are supportive, that just don't give up. Yeah, because there is goodness out there. There is happiness. You can achieve it. I didn't think one day that I would. Here I am, so don't give up, and there is hope.
I always say, I wish for people to find the peace. That's my word, the peace that I have found. So, well, Nikki, thanks for your time.
Yes.
For anyone joining or jumping on to watch, we thank you. Join us next time, where instead of just advocating, we will advocate while we caffeinate, and I owe Nikki a coffee. All right, thanks.
Thank you.